how to know.
Advertising serves as a pivotal force driving the economic growth of any nation. In Nigeria, the sector has made significant contributions to the GDP and has emerged as a major source of employment for the country's teeming population. It offers a ripe ground for skill development and talent optimization, asserting a substantial influence as a catalyst for effective brand management and consumer engagement. Recognizing the need to foster business growth in marketing and advertising and cultivate mutually beneficial relationships among stakeholders, the inaugural National Advertising Conference took place from November 25th to 27, 2019 at the prestigious Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. Organized under the leadership of Mrs. Ijedi Yoha, the acting registrar of the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, APCON, now known as the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ALCON. This groundbreaking event bore the theme Advertising in the Post-Digital Age, the Profession, the Business, and Nigerian Socio-Economic Development. It attracted a distinguished gathering of individuals, including industry icons, corporate leaders, government officials, and influential figures from the marketing and advertising field. Among the notable attendees were Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the former Vice President of Nigeria, Boss Mustapha, the former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the former Minister of Information and Culture, and prominent figures like Mr. Biodun Shobanjo, Chairman of Trocare Group, and Sir Steve Omojafo, Chairman of STB McCain, among others. The conference delved into the historical development and evolution of the advertising industry. Notably, Mr. Biodun Shobanjo, regarded as the father of advertising in Nigeria and Chairman of Trocare Group, offered valuable insights during a breakfast chat titled Reflecting on the Development of the Advertising Profession in Nigeria. Despite the initial enthusiasm and optimism that accompanied the event, the National Advertising Conference faced a 2-year break due to the coronavirus pandemic in 2020. However, it made a triumphant return in 2022, focusing on the latest trends in the post-pandemic era, including discussions on technology, data accessibility, and the swiftly changing consumer behaviors. The event was themed Marketing Communications, New Trends, Challenges and Prospects, and featured a fireside chat with Professor Chris Ugbechi, a renowned marketing professional and the Dean of Lagos Business School at Pan Atlantic University. Professor Ugbechi shared valuable insights into brand management principles in a competitive market and ways to enhance client-agency relationships.
Creativity, innovation is something that brand managers must always have at the tip of it to see, how do I position my brand? How do I refresh my brand all the time to make it relevant? And for young brand managers, always look at the relevance of your brand to your target. Not run a successful company without instilling ethical values, whether on the client side or the agency side. You don't cut corners.
The preceding days of the conference involved a series of sessions that explored topics such as the state of the economy, data analysis, understanding the new consumer landscape spanning from Gen Z to Generation Alpha, and innovations in television audience measurement, to name a few. With the objective of uniting the industry's 3 fundamental pillars, the conference brought together experts from various sectoral groups as speakers, panelists, and facilitators. Notable participants included the Chief Marketing Officer of MTN, Adia Soho, former Marketing Director of Jotner Group, Emmanuel Agu, Chief Operating Officer of Digitals Nigeria, Ose Osudeko, former Chief Operating Officer of SONU, Biodun Adefila, and Professor Samalia Mande of the National Open University, alongside several other intellectual figures.
Be the driverless generation. Learning to drive for this generation will probably be a waste of time. Okay? These are the guys that are going to be talking to their fridges.
Calculating market size can help convince those potential investors and financial supporters that our advertising industry is a sector in which they can put their trust and their finances into.
If we don't handle and manage digital well, we may find ourselves struggling going into the future as experiential marketers.
As soon as the window of credit is closed on you in an economy, you are dead. And I've heard a lot about people saying, oh, Nigeria is borrowing. Well, the truth of the matter is that if we didn't borrow, we would have been dead.
Where you have a poor country of origin perception, for instance, you're in trouble.
Under the leadership of Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo, the Director General of ARCON, the event played a pivotal role in conducting a thorough examination of the newly established advertising regulatory framework. It also served as a crucial platform for engaging stakeholders with the aim of promoting a more responsible advertising ecosystem. Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo's leadership facilitated a comprehensive assessment of the regulatory framework, ensuring that it aligns with industry needs and standards, and provided a space for open dialogue and collaboration among key players in the advertising sector. This approach reflects a commitment to enhancing the industry's integrity and ethical practices while fostering a more responsible and sustainable advertising environment.
In most climes, it is always self-regulation. But in Nigeria, self-regulation has not worked.
The high point of the three-day event was the Advertising Standards Panel ASP Compliance Award. The maiden edition of this award recognized organizations that upheld the highest ethical standards in the advertising industry, rewarding those who adhered to the guidelines of the Advertising Standards Panel. Looking ahead to the 2023 edition of the National Advertising Conference, it is poised to make history by building upon the resolutions and mandates from the previous year's conference. Slated for December 6th to 8th at the Executive Hall International Conference Center, Abuja, the conference theme is Marketing Communications as an Enabler for National Transformation. This edition aims to create a new brand identity for Nigeria and assess the advertising sector's contribution to the country's economy. To achieve these goals, subcommittees headed by Steve Babaiko, President of the Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria (AAAN), and Femi Adelusi, President of Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria (MIPAN), have been constituted. The organizing committee has assembled a distinguished panel of professionals to contribute to insightful discussions during the conference. Key areas of discussions will encompass the current economic landscape in Nigeria, the need for reform and examination of the African Continental Free Trade Area and its implications for the industry, reshaping the narrative of Brand Nigeria, the Nigerian Content Revolution, and unlocking marketing communications for SMEs, among other pertinent topics. In contrast to the previous year, breakout sessions will be categorized into 4 stages, with the 4th stage dedicated to students' engagement. The conference will culminate in a town hall meeting between the Director General of ARCON and key stakeholders. In addition to the profound and transformative discussions, the event will provide ample networking opportunities. The 2023 National Advertising Conference promises to be a momentous occasion aiming to shape the future of advertising and marketing in Nigeria while fostering
we must
a more
begin to ask
responsible
ourselves, how can we develop these markets? They are there. Some of us have tried to do them, but I think it's better when we collaborate, when we work with each other, when we learn off each other, and we're able to go into different parts of the verticals, because we must do market development.